You see, me and Albert just found something quite exquisite here. We found amethyst. Hello everybody, welcome back to Natural Disaster Survival in Minecraft, and we have Albert here with us. Say hi. Say hi, Albert. Last time on our episode is that we named our axolotl friend, and it landed on the name Albert. We are hoping to find some more friends here and there whenever we're exploring this world that is currently being ravaged by a tornado above us, but it's fine. If we stay below ground, then everything should be fine. But yeah, I really liked playing last episodes, because even though that it was a mining episode, which I bet is going to be the most boring type of episodes, it was very fun for me to, just experience the lightning is crazy, just to experience Minecraft in its full potential, which is literally just mining and crafting, hence the name. Whenever my girlfriend watched the last episode, she suggested me building a new type of structure underground that would be a completely steel bunker. Now, it wouldn't be steel, but mostly just concrete. And since concrete doesn't necessarily exist in mine, can I get up here? Since concrete doesn't, I just found a new friend. I think we're just gonna build the base with just, stone, because that's what's necessarily surrounding us. Or deep slate. If deep slate is an option, I would choose deep slate. But yeah, the storm above us is really going at it. Okay, calm down a bit, I think. I don't think it calmed down a bit. Those winds up there, that means tornado. And I can definitely see that. Yeah, we're right underneath a tornado right now, and I'm being pushed. If it isn't apparent, I'm being pushed by this strong gust of wind that is just pulling me to the side. But hopefully it just doesn't pick me up and flings me across. I think I'm just gonna spend my time down here instead of up there, because I don't want to be flung. That's not what I want. I don't want to be flung. But yeah, I think our best bet is just to stay underground. Yeah, I can't even go out here and be safe. I'm just being flung everywhere. But Albert will keep me company, and this new friend, which is the same sprite as Albert, but he's a different color. And I got more name suggestions in the last video, so I think that name suggestion will apply to this new friend, which I don't know where my anvil went. I'm gonna have to go to my anvil. Apparently not. I can't go to my anvil anymore because I'm being pushed by the wind. The cool thing about this mod is that tornadoes exist, but the bad thing about this mod is that wind also exists. Yeah, I'm being pulled upwards, and I can't move. I literally cannot move. It is impossible for me to move. Yeah, if you can't tell, I cannot move, and it seems like that there's not a single way I can. Oh no, 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 no! Come here, come here, come here. Okay, you're safe. You're safe now. Holy moly! I didn't know that gravel was unsafe. I did not know that. But yeah, we should be fine if we just stay out of the path of the tornado, because I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, I'm being flung. Should I just book it down? Because I'm pretty sure that... Oh, no! Yeah, that's a tornado. That's 100% a tornado, and I am screwed. If I go up there, I am totally screwed. Where did I put my anvil? Did I take my anvil? Because I'm pretty sure I laid down like a tiny workstation around here. So, okay, it looks like that the tornado is going that way. Yeah, I do not know where my anvil went, which is like what named Albert in the first place. I seriously hope that I didn't bring my anvil back to my base, which would be a disaster in its own sort, except for that one spiraling up there. I also want to apologize for not delivering this episode a lot more sooner, because I was going to upload a new video that was playing a different game, but I recorded so much footage, I literally could not edit it in time. So I think that just doing this would be a lot more better. But don't worry, I'll be playing some other games, and I might be uploading a totally new video in a different style. It'll be talking about a band that me and my girlfriend really like, and recently have announced that they're going to be releasing a remaster of one of their albums. It's an emo band, not like My Chemical Romance or something, but like pure emo, like screamo. I'm not calling that shit scrams because if I call it scrams, I'm going to look like this. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, the trees are gone, and I don't think there's any sort of foliage up there anymore. I seriously doubt that. It is still storming. I'm hoping my house or my little shack that I have is fine, because I cannot stand losing my house. Even though that it's a tiny one, it's still a home, you know? Okay, there's 2 skeletons here. Okay, so case in point, my house is fine, and there's a tornado there. Okay. This game is making me seriously want to invest in armor. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. I did not realize how much damage that caused. The mushroom stems are fine. Those must be the most durable mushroom stems ever, but holy shit. Look at all the trees left without leaves, and that thing is still going. I could have been sucked up into that, but I did not want to be the next victim of this tornado, because holy shit. You have logs floating in place. You have trees that barely resemble trees. It looks like Herobrine been through here. Jesus Christ. That's just pure destruction right there. Pure destruction. I'll use this glowing ink sac to help me find my stuff. So I died about right here. Here's the next axolotl, and here's Albert, and here's that skeleton that killed me, and I'm going to kill right now. Why does that flowering azalea do that? Yeah, I don't know if I can be around that skeleton. I don't really think my other stuff matters that much right now. What I really just need to do is just get back up there. No. Where did you go? Where did you go? Albert. Okay, I got Albert back. Everything should be fine now. I'm not looking you in the eye. I seriously don't want to risk that. But oh my god, the storm is still raging, and it destroyed everything here, but for what? And yeah, the trees are gone. Everything's just gone, except for these mushroom stems. I don't think the tornado really likes mushrooms. It went all the way over there just to destroy that forest too. Like, what the hell? But I think what we just need to do right now is just to get back to our base and, you know, be safe. What I think we really just need to invest in is armor and food. We need food. That's one thing we need. We have watermelon here. That's good at least. Hopefully, if my stuff didn't despawn, that would be great. That'd be awesome if it didn't despawn. I don't think any of my stuff survived me being shot by a skeleton. And now I am just swimming and unswimming in this water. Yeah, I think my stuff despawned. God damn it. But it's fine. That's just a bunch of progress that just, you know, went down the drain. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything should just be fine and dandy. At least I got Albert and the other one. It sounds so rude calling it the other one. Like he's just not important to me at all. No, both of them are equally important. I promise. Both of them are equally as important. So, unfortunately, we have lost a lot of progress because a skeleton up and shot me because of my poor planning and my willingness to explore the caves unprotected, which I will be protected the next time I come down here. That tornado has moved to this side, and that is crazy to me that it's still going. What if I sleep? What if I sleep and it just goes away? How about that? How about can you go away? Okay, now it's on my, it's on my roof. That's fantastic. Okay, it is still going. I don't think sleeping killed it off, but I think we just need to follow the wonderful and beautiful idea of me building a bunker or a cellar. What? What? Why does this keep happening? I'm playing single player. What the hell, man? The game does not want me to build this bunker, apparently. I should have crafted a ladder or ladders. Sometimes you just gotta think before you do, you know? Okay, that was a perfect amount, but we need to make sure that amount is enough for next time. The cool thing about Cobble Deep Slate is that you can craft stone tools with it. And using the tornado-ridden forest, we can chop down as many trees as we want. We'll get some of this dark oak as well, because dark oak is a very good color of wood. I like this wood. But yeah, it definitely looks like these trees make it look like that Herobrine has been through here. I hope Herobrine doesn't join this world, because that would be very awkward. Because, like, the tornado does his job for him. If you already didn't know, the mythos is like, if you have Herobrine in your world, like, he removes the leaves off of trees, which is like, okay, thanks for doing that, because usually leaves get in the way of chopping down trees. He also builds mysterious pyramids of, like, moss cobblestone around your world, and you have to, like, summon him in a sort of way. But, like, why would I want to summon something that I don't want? Okay, I think I got more wood than I needed, so let's just craft a bunch of sticks. I don't think that's deep enough. Okay, that should be relatively deep enough. Looks like I've dug right into a lush cave, because there's clay everywhere. But this is a good material. I like clay. Not the person, though. If you don't know who I'm talking about, he wears a mask. I'll just say that. You can deduct that from what I said. Okay, my shovel gave up. But yeah, that's a lot of clay. We should be making that into bricks. In recent years, it seems like that the internet has grown a lot more attentive to epilepsy, and you know, that just makes me smile a little bit, because, well, not a little bit, just smile, because whenever you see like a flashing light warning on a video, like, it's just not people with headaches that are being affected by it. It's advising people with epilepsy that flashing lights or flashing imagery just appears, because a lot of media back then didn't acknowledge epilepsy as much as it does today. Like, if you look at the Pokemon episode of, like, the Pokemon TV show, I also want to preface this by saying that I do not watch Pokemon, nor I play any Pokemon games. That seems like a big shocker to people who know me, because they seem like that I would be obsessed with Pokemon, but I really am just not. I'm not a big fan of it for some reason. But if you look at that one Pokemon episode that caused like a bunch of seizures in children, people didn't acknowledge epilepsy as much as they do today. And I think that one episode of Pokemon definitely caught the attention of, like, you know, putting flash warnings on different shows or pieces of media, because back then you didn't really see a lot of epileptic warnings whenever you, like, you know, loaded up a game or saw a TV show. But now it's like, if you go to any video that has any slight mention of flashing lights, they just, you know, they have to put that warning up, which is good, because whenever you allow accessibility for you know, anybody, it becomes a lot more accessible to everyone. It's like the same thing with ramps. I know that people, like, don't realize this about ramps, but people with working legs, they can go up ramps as much as, you know, a person in a wheelchair can. We kind of have to focus on making the world more accessible with everything. I believe that accessibility is the perfect thing that make society a better living place. I highly recommend you watch Crustbag's video on accessibility in music, because he goes over like how the more inaccessible a genre is, the more like creative you can be with it. Because like whenever you think of accessible music, you think of like, oh, easy listening. But whenever you think of like inaccessible music genres, you think of like, I don't know, like gore grind or something. But I love gore grind. Gore grind is a wonderful genre, and I think more metalheads should listen to it instead of shitting on it and saying, oh, it takes no talent to become a gore grind artist. But Carcass invented the way for gore grind to become a genre, and I think that it's like a awesome genre that people just need to start listening to more in general. Now, there are some ethical concerns to gore grind, and I won't, let that be, a hanging revelation just for other people to solve, but it's like, if you already didn't know, gore grind does use like real imagery of gore from like medical textbooks or shock sites. I'm not going to comment on the matter, but like it's a whole divisive debate of like allowing certain imagery to be perceived on album covers and whatnot, and like selling a dead person's like body on merch. It's like there's a whole divisive exchange about it, and it's just, I'm not going to comment anything on it because like it's not really my time and place to talk about it. I do have opinions on it, but I just don't want to express them in this video, not because they're bad or like it's going to get me like in some hot water, but I'm just not willing to comment on it right now. I might make a video about like the ethics of gore grind and like other genres like brutal death metal or slam metal, but some people say that there's like some exceptions with genres like with slam, because most slam records have drawn gore or drawn violence on them, which is like it's better than real, but does it really make it that better in a sense? Like I don't know. It's a whole thing. It's a whole debate in the community of like slam and like brutal death metal and gore grind and whatnot. But if you already didn't know, I really do enjoy listening to like extreme forms of metal, because it seems like that the more extreme parts of metal is where you get like the more creative type of stuff. Not to say that it's the best type of metal, but like it is my personal best to listen to. But talking about that, what is your guys' favorite music genre? Please let me know down in the comments below. And I might... That's not good. That's really not good. Why is the storm coming back now? Why now? This is gonna take a long time to get up here, but it's worth it. Is there another tornado coming? Is there another storm brewing? Is there another sort of thing to be concerned about? Yeah, there kind of is. There kind of is. 2 tornadoes in one episode. That is crazy. I mean, this thing does say that like every 3 days or 10 days, there's like a 33.33 chance of it happening. But we got more coal. We got more coal and stuff. I'm gonna just take my valuable stuff down with me. Oh, yeah, we're in for something right here. Yeah, we're gonna be hit by a tornado. God damn it. I'm not seeing any formations right here, but there is, a spiral right here, which is directly on me, and you got some hail coming down. I'm pretty sure that's hail. We're just gonna find some refuge down in here, just to be a lot more safe. And no, I'm not gonna stay down here for the longest part of it. I'm just going to make it to where I can come down here just and save. I'm just gonna make it to where I just come down here just in case, something bad happens, like what's going on right now. But we're gonna smelt some clay and wait out the storm and hope for the best. But I'm hoping that the next episode will be a lot more calmer, and we won't have 2 tornadoes in one episode, because that just seems like way too much. But yeah, I hope everyone stays dry, stay safe, and safe travels. Thank you for watching, everyone.